I'm Tara. You're going to be your co-host along with Lori tonight. We're going to have our subject matter is the quarterly marketing plan and some of the details that are in this quarter. So we look forward to all of you joining us as we learn how to market both for ourselves as well as our businesses. All right, with that being said, so Lori is our marketing guru person. She's going to go over our quarterly marketing plan for this quarter. They come out every quarter. If you have past ones that you haven't had time to review and you don't have that email anymore, you can always find them on our Best Choice Resource Center. They are, you can go to the past episodes. But they are great, and every quarter there's something different. So if you're looking for some tips or tricks on how to market yourself in addition to what she's going to go over tonight, please make sure you check that out. So Lori, with that being said, take it away.
Okay, well, hello everybody. So I don't know how many of you do get a chance to review the marketing plan that's sent out, but this is what it looks like. It comes, I email it out at the beginning of each new quarter. Like Tara said, different topics. Tonight, what we're going to focus on is our Best Choice Realty Marketing Center that we launched back in May. Some of you are probably familiar with it. Some of you might not be. I'm going to say first and foremost that I'll be emailing out more information tomorrow. So if you have any questions, I am going to follow up because I'm just going to be able to give kind of just a brief overview tonight. So that is on that, and I'm going to this is what the marketing center looks like. So when you have access to it, you can set up your profile, which puts in all of your headshot, your logos, all of your information. So then that just automatically drops into any of the templates that you're going to use. So with this marketing center, it is completely template based. So it's not, there's nothing incredibly custom about it. You can't upload your own artwork or anything like that, but it does also make it really, really fast and easy. And obviously that's important to everybody. So one of the coolest things that you can do on the site is that you can search by intention. And we're just going to look at new listings tonight. Give it a start there. So flyers is pretty much the thing that everybody needs to get done quickly, you know, easily, and this can actually solve that problem for you. So we're just going to look at one of the flyer templates. And I know it may not be incredibly large on your screens if you're on your phone, but this is about as big as I can make it tonight. So templates open up, and it's similar to any sort of drag and drop program you've probably used to create flyers with. One of the nice features of this site is that we do have an MLS lookup tool. So you can add the MLS number. If it's the Northwest MLS, you do have to precede the number with NWM. But you can search for your listing. It's going to pull up anything that matches that. Once you select it, it's going to ask you if you want to have the data come in, and yes, we do. And so what it does is just gives you a start on your flyer. It doesn't mean that these pictures, the computer does just choose them randomly. So you can still go in and it still is going to pull up all of the photos from your listing. So if you want to switch something out, you can really easily do that. You can crop within the system. You can add filters. So really it's kind of cool.
Looks cool.
It also pulls in your marketing remarks.
Yep.
The one thing that you have to pay attention to is that with any template-based program, there's a certain amount of characters that are going to fit within the fields that they have created for you. So for instance, if your marketing remarks are a bit long, they're going to get cut off a bit. So you always have to go back and just edit your own work. It gives you a head start, but you do want to make sure you read through, make sure everything looks right, and everything's in there correctly. That said, if you don't need to use the MLS lookup tool. It's a time saver. It can be. If it's not working for a particular listing or what have you, whatever reason it's not working, you can actually just upload your own photos. So you can upload, you can copy and paste from your listing into the program. So it's very, very simple.
So that's a great tip that you said, because you could actually get started without using the MLS tool if you wanted to do your flyer ahead of time, right, Lori?
Yes, you can. Yes. And because the tool is only going to pull active or pending listings. So if you want to get a jump start on it, you can absolutely get your flyer going and you don't need to use that tool.
Excellent.
So once you have your flyer created and you can see it just dropped in my image and all of my information and the logo, I can then download it. Can download and save it, and I can have it printed at one of the offices, which you can just email through support, or you can email whomever at whichever office whichever one you want to print it at, you can find one of us. You can also print and ship. I would say it's going to be faster probably to have them printed in an office, but you can also share it. So you can email it to your contacts, which is kind of cool as well.
Excellent.
So flyers, very, very quick and easy in this program. So the next thing we're going to look at when we're marketing a listing is the postcards, just listed postcards.
So Lori, before you get too far on the flyers, you showed a two-sided flyer. If they really didn't want to do the back, they could do just a single-sided, correct?
There are single-sided options. You have to pay attention to the name of the flyer, and it will tell you within the title of the flyer if it's single or double-sided. So yes, you can do a single-sided.
Excellent. Perfect.
So we're going to go into postcards. We're going to go into listing. And again, we can choose the size of a postcard. Once we choose it, it works. The program is exactly the same as building a flyer. So once you kind of get the hang of how this stuff works, it's super, super fast and easy. So the great thing about this program is that you can actually print and do your direct mail from within the program itself. So I'm going to show you how this works. So it has what's called an address mapping tool. You can, if you have a list, you can upload an existing list that you've gotten from your title rep or you may already have. But this is actually a pretty cool way to do it. It's an address mapping tool, and all you really need to do is put in the zip code, address, however you want to search for the property, and you can just choose a radius around that, and then it's going to generate a list for you. I'm going to show you how that works. So I'm just going to pull up my office here. I can either draw points around it or I can just select a radius. So I'm going to select that and bring it in a bit, and then I'm going to hit count, and it's going to tell me how many addresses. Oh, only one. Well, we might want to mail to a few more than one.
So Lori, this would be great if you've got like an upcoming listing you want to showcase, right?
It just makes it super easy. So obviously I did not choose a good address because don't have very many here, but so we've got 47 now. So I decide, yep, I want to mail to that many people. I just attach the list. Oh, I need 50. Boy, I did choose that. Did not choose the good one for this example. Okay, so now we're at 100.
Well, that just says that our office is in retail, not residential.
That's true. Yeah. So you can add yourself to the mailing list, so then you can see the postcard when it mails. I'm going to name it so it's saved. And I can just pay for it right within the program here. Just put in my credit card, and it ships out direct. So it's super, super easy. Pricing is very affordable. It's right in there with any of the other programs you might be using. Postage is always postage, but the printing is very competitive.
Okay, and then as you pointed out earlier when you and I were talking, that saves that list. So if you wanted to go send another flyer or postcard to them.
Correct. You've already purchased the list. So you are purchasing the addresses, just like you would if you were purchasing it from a title
So it would make a great thing for a farm, or if you wanted to go send the sold postcards, you could do that with that same list and not have to do that part.
Yep, correct.
Excellent.
So we are going to go back and then we're going to look at social media, because obviously that's a great place to feature your new listing. It's all by categories as well. So we're just going to go in and pick one. It's going to drop my information in. I can use the MLS lookup tool if I want to. I can upload my photos, get all the information put in there. Once I have that done, literally takes just minutes. I can download it, and then I can re-upload it to social media, or I can actually share it, which is probably the easiest way to do this. You can post direct to Facebook. You can send it to your phone. So you create it, send it to yourself, and you immediately upload it. You can also email it out to people from here. So again, super, super fast, super easy. And it's just about, you know, getting your listing in front of as many people as you can. So this is it's a great way to just do that very quickly. I mean, everything in this program itself is pretty quick and easy to use.
Well, and what's nice is then they all kind of have that same feel too, which tethers it all together.
Yeah, you can pick the same style if you want for things. Perfect. They have door hangers that you can design and print and ship those. Obviously, that would be something that you want to get going. If you know that you're going to want to door knock the neighborhood, you're going to want to get going on that as well, because there is some production and shipping time. But again, same type of template, print and ship directly from the system. Super, super easy. Open house is something that you're probably going to want to do for your listing. So we're just going to go and look at all of within open house, you can create an open house flyer, you can do postcards, there's social media posts, and there's also some different, you can have the open house feedback forms you can print out, there's a comparison chart. So there's just some helpful documents that you can use within the system as well.
That's excellent. So like this open house feedback form, is that something that they just print from, or is that going to be also print to ship?
This you could do either. I would suggest downloading it and just having them printed. That's going to be your quickest and easiest way for everything when you're doing anything that's a flyer type of product.
Perfect. And
Lori,
again,
can I ask you something, Lori? What was this sphere marketing? There was a sphere marketing title there where the open houses and flyers were. I think it was.
Yeah, you can just click through. They have postcard campaigns, newsletters, social media. So it's just different types of, if you're just looking to communicate with your sphere, just keep it, staying in contact that way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that recipes, and what is the other stuff? Direct mail?
There are so many different templates in there. Yeah, I would just suggest, taking a peek around in there and seeing what's in there. But yeah, there's lots and lots of options.
All
so
right.
There's really not a shortage of styles of templates in here.
Thanks, Pinda, for asking.
So the last thing that you could follow up doing once your listing has sold is send, your just sold postcards out. If you choose to do that, that kind of shows your proof of production. You can actually download, you can create this and you can download it and you can email it to your sphere. So you can either market it just to the neighborhood that you just sold in, or you can let your sphere know that you are just another reminder that you're selling real estate. So yeah, that's just kind of a brief overview of the different things you can do in the center. I'll go over one last item that I didn't have that you guys might find pretty interesting. You can do listing showcases, or you can consider it a single property website. So you can create the website within the system and you can actually publish it, and it's going to give you the URL. That will then, you can set the time frame that you want the URL to be active, but this allows you to send out, a website for your listing to all of your sphere. It's a great way to market it. You can obviously then if you've got the website, you can generate a QR code and you can then put that on your other marketing materials. So kind of it's a pretty cool feature that they have.
That's excellent. Thanks for showing that, Lori.
Yeah.
And
So as you can see, there's lots to offer here. It's all very easy. Yeah, and it's just another tool for you guys that you have at your fingertips. That's quick and easy.
So Lori, we had a question. They want to go through what a new, let's see, get back to my questions. They want to walk through a new listing open house campaign. So if you were doing an open house campaign, I know you kind of showed that.
Yep, so you could do a social post. Oh, well. Having a problem with that one. So yeah, you could do the same thing. You could post it to social media. You have the option to build flyers for the open house. You can obviously, if you're just doing an open house for another broker, you can create a flyer for you, have your information on it. Obviously, these are for Best Choice Realty, our MLS lookup tools for Best Choice Realty listings only. So you can do a flyer.
But if they had the pictures from the other broker, then they could create a flyer for
Yes,
an outside firm.
Yep, if they had permission to do so, correct.
Yep. Great.
And postcards. So those are the things that are available within the open house.
Great. And then on those flyers or the postcards, if they wanted to showcase the other broker, there's a place that they can do two.
There is, yeah.
Right.
So I'll pull up the flyer so you can see what that option is. So over here, you can choose different versions. And if you've got two agents, we're going to choose that style. So then it's going to, you can add another agent.
Okay.
Yeah. So it makes it pretty easy that way. Or if you have a team, you can do that as well. So you can basically change the layout of each template by choosing a different version, depending upon how you want to use it.
And as you pointed out earlier in the beginning, you do want to go in and make sure you have your logos and your picture and all your information in your overview first before you start doing all that.
Setting up your profile is going to be the easiest way for you to get going.
Yeah. Another way that you could use that second way is you can add a lender if you have a lender that you're going to do an open house with.
Yep, you could absolutely do that as well.
Great. Great. And then that team would be in terms of the co-branded. In terms of DBA though, because it's all Best Choice, you'd be able to upload a logo, but maybe not change the colors, correct?
You can change colors. You do have the option of, yes, for people who have DBAs and they have their own branding and their own colors. You can then, you can choose, you can turn the templates a different color. We have a color picker.
Oh, okay, great.
So if you want to make it neutral, you can make it gray or you can make it black.
Okay.
So then you'd still be able to upload your logo and everything would still remain cohesive.
But not necessarily if they chose a fuchsia logo, it wouldn't be able to choose those fuchsia colors, but you would still.
Correct, yeah. You just have your choice to either go Best Choice Realty colors or just gray or black.
And gray. Perfect. No, that would work though.
Yeah.
Great. And then in terms of, I think that they had one other question. I think we got the co-branding. Oh, you would, so if somebody had trouble on the website, you said that there is a way that they can then ask, because it wouldn't be us that you would be contacting Lori or I about those questions. There's a way that they can.
Correct. So I'll just go in so you can see. Pick one. So if you're ever within the system and something glitches or there's something problematic happening and you don't understand what's going on, they do have tech support right within the system. So you'll be able to email them and then they'll email you back. That said, you can always reach out to myself or to Tara, and if we can help you, there are some things we can and some things we can't. If it's a technical issue, probably unlikely, but if you're having some sort of question about just using a template, you can always reach out to one of us and we can help you out.
Okay, and then as far as the websites that you were showcasing, does the system, where does the system live, like URL? So in terms of the website, Atomic 8 was asking questions about that, and I'm not sure if they're wanting to know the website for the marketing center or if they wanted to know where those websites go. Let's see if they can. Atomic
I'm not exactly sure what you're asking. The site itself does generate the URL, so it's actually published within this site.
Okay.
So it functions just like a website. Yeah.
Okay, no, they did clarify. So the website for this, again, Lori's going to give it out, but it's BCR Marketing Center.com, correct, Lori?
Correct. Yes. And I will be emailing information out tomorrow to everybody about how to gain access.
Perfect. Excellent. Well, this was great, Lori. And again, even if you're not doing a listing and you're doing an open house for somebody listing, this is a great tool for those as well. But there's also a lot of other things that you can do on this system to promote yourself, both social media as well. So
yeah, and we didn't, obviously I didn't touch on absolutely everything, but you can do brochures. You can do, there's listing presentations, buyer presentations that you can customize for yourself. There are helpful letters that you can use for sphere marketing that you can actually edit, print, and ship straight from within the system too. So the whole idea behind this is just to make it kind of one stop for everybody. There's a lot here. So it's worth going through.
excellent. Well, thank you again for showcasing this amazing tool that we have for your guys' resources. Again, if you have any questions about this program, please reach out to Lori or I. Again, she's going to be sending out some information, so that might answer your questions ahead of time. But if you have any questions after you get that email, you can reach out to Lori or I, and we would be happy to go over your questions. But again, thanks, Lori, for showcasing this.
Mm-hmm.